you bring on some friends of mine who can just give a little insight into how working with hypnotherapy has been different, right, from the work that they've done, because these people are of excellence, absolutely excellent friends. All right. Sean, if you can just bring your beautiful face up. There we go. Hey, and this isn't my brother, believe it or not. That's so awesome. How you doing, Sean?
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm good.
Awesome. So why don't you tell our friends how hypnotherapy was different, is different, or what you did, what we did, how that differed from all of the incredible things that you've done to prepare yourself for success in the past.
Yeah. So like you, and probably like a lot of people listening, I've spent a lot, well into six figures on coaching programs, all that kind of stuff, and just still felt somewhat stuck. Even though for the last 10 years, I've been making six figures a year, it was very roller coaster like. So some big months and then some months with zero. It would net out the same at the end of the year, like scarily like the same amount. But it was these huge just ups and downs and things like that. So something was not working. I wasn't doing the type of work I wanted to do. Everything felt very effortful, hard work. And there was a part of me though that knew like the 24/7 hustle, the grind, like that did not resonate with me at all. And I knew there was something wrong about that. I saw people getting sick. I saw people burn out, get divorced, like all these different things. So I knew that wasn't the right path. So I had this conflict. It seemed like that was success, but at the same time, those people weren't really successful.
Happy. Prosperous, right?
Or happy, yeah.
And they weren't spending time on their rocking chair on their front porch. Is that right?
No, they were not. Yeah. Probably never even had a rocking chair.
Never even had one. Like you knew you deserved one. Right?
Yeah. So, awesome. So that's kind of where I was. And when I called you, when I stumbled across you through a mutual friend, like it was just kind of serendipitous the way it happened, which is a whole nother thing my eyes have been open to. I'll get to that in a minute. So when I found you, I was just kind of in this place where I was not happy. I just taken on a new client that was paying me well, six figures, but I was working like 70 hours a week because that was the culture at the company. And I was, always on, always had to be available on Slack, just that kind of culture. And I wasn't doing like a lot of implementation, doing the work. I was managing people, managing teams, that kind of stuff, but it was still having to be there. So it was still work, just a different kind from copywriting that I used to do. And I was just frazzled, like just, on edge, not happy, ready to quit any moment. And then we went through our, sessions together over about 6 or 7 weeks. And like, I can't say that there was anything like during that it was just like, boom, like, oh my God. But since then, and that was what, May, we worked June that we worked together. So it's now September. And since then, my income is almost doubled from the same client. I know people want to hear numbers, so that's awesome. Almost doubled.
Lovely.
I'm working probably half the hours. My division of the company, it's I'm kind of contracted with this company. My division of it has doubled in size and profitability, and everybody on the team is working less and happier.
Ripples, ripples. I love it. Not just you working less, but everybody's happier. I love it.
Yeah. And awesome. Even the owner of the company, who we don't work directly together because he lets me run my part and he does his. My stance and the way I'm showing up now has allowed him to ease off and be more like, he's that grinded out, got to do more. And he's still somewhat like that, but he's seen just in how I show up in the world, that's possible. And even he's like now you know, letting things happen and being more kind of, you know, in the flow and all these kind of things. So I was actually walking with a friend this morning. He invited me to go for a walk and I was like, oh, I can't go because I've got a meeting. I was like, wait a second, I'm in charge. I can just tell the people I'm not going to be at the meeting, you know? And so I sent a message like not last night and I said, hey guys, I'm not going to be at the meeting. I've got another meeting. And I went on my walk this morning. We had a great talk and he, you know, and I was telling him the same thing. And I was like, I'm not really doing anything at the company. And he's like, wait a second. They've doubled in revenue. They're more profitable. More people are happy and they're taking more time off. Sounds to me like you're doing a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess so. I guess that is pretty good.
Yeah,
you know, so still miss those things sometimes just because of the old stuff. But the other thing I've noticed is everything's easier now. Like it's just, I'm okay with it being easy. Whereas before I would freak out if it was easy. Awesome. I would have already left this as a client and like burned it down and started over and backed myself in a corner.
Yeah.
Instead it's getting easier and I'm making more money each month because I get percentage of growth.
So awesome.
And other projects are coming to me as well. Like somebody emailed me or texted me this week who would just kind of come in and out of that company. They're like, hey, I got a little side contract for you. I just bought a food company. I wanted to see if you want to be a partner in it. I'm like,
so your channels are open for income from all different ways. And you are probably aware that you can do those things without overextending yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, and isn't that because that would have been the fear before is like, you have repelled that good fortune. You wouldn't even have saw it as an opportunity perhaps.
Right.
Because you thought, oh my gosh, I'm already working 70 hours a week. I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Right. So congratulations, Sean. Like this is so fantastic, but I love, and you actually brought something to mind, which is super important. And what I know to be what brings me the most fulfillment is that ripple effect.
Yeah.
Is that when you decided, when you committed to yourself, what that does in the world, you just don't even really know. As I say, your potential expands as you move toward it. Right. And you just don't even know what's coming from here, but you're open to it. You're
when I'm true to
the good.
Yeah. When I'm true to myself and I show up as who I'm created to be.
Yes.
Then it gives everybody else space.
Permission to do it.
To do the same and rise up too. Right. So like the whole company has kind of stepped up to, because I'm holding space for them, which is one of the things I just do now. That's just who I am. And my gift is I'm able to hold space for people and allow them to step up. I don't feel like I have to micromanage. And now because I'm not micromanaging myself either, you know, I'm not expecting them to work harder or all those like, so my beliefs are not being projected onto them either.
No, your critic's gone.
Yeah. And then the other thing is just obviously that this all leads to time, which means I'm back in the gym, which I had neglected. Yes. I'm taking more walks in nature, which I had neglected.
My heart.
So more ideas are coming for clients and things like that. Because we run an advertising agency. So obviously creativity is important. So those ideas now just come a lot easier and I can just jot them down while I'm walking and, you know, and I used to feel guilty about that. Now,
you know that's exactly what you're supposed to do because
it's what's
as you relax, and first of all, as you relax, you allow your creative mind to come on board, but also as you do nothing, that's when your creative mind can deliver the stuff. Your creative mind can't deliver you anything when you're going, how do I figure this out? No, exactly. Go take a walk.
Yeah. I've got a 5-mile loop that I do, or out and back that I do here. Yeah. It's about an hour and a half. I listen to audiobooks and that's one of the ways I just get ideas. It can be a totally different subject in the audiobook, but for some reason that engages a certain part of my brain. It's like if I'm sitting in a seminar, I get more ideas than, you know, that's just the way it works for me. So yeah, the time, the money, obviously, and then the ease and the effortlessness of everything and the way stuff's just showing up. And I know it sounds crazy, like to people listening, but to you, it doesn't.
I believe in crazy.
Yeah. And it's starting to, you know, slowly, and I'm not teaching this to my daughter or my wife or anything, but like my daughter, she's starting to see these little serendipitous moments show up in her world too. And I'm not even like teaching or doing anything. It's just, it's that ripple because I'm just showing up differently.
That's right. Awesome. And actually that leads right into the next person I have to share, because her and Serendipity have become, well, they've always been friends, but most incredible friends.
It's a good friend
Thank
to
you so
have.
much, Juan. I appreciate you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Speaking of spending time in nature.
How beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Kelly, your story as well, it just brings me a ton of joy. You were incredibly responsive, I would say. A wonderful
Yes.
hypnotic subject.
Yes.
And you came back with win after win after win. And it's been a few weeks now. And I know you've gone through some even more fantastic changes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So why don't you share with people, what was different about working with hypnotherapy? Because you also have been engaged in personal growth. I mean, you've already done incredible things on the planet, right?
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True. Yes.
Yep.
So how is hypnotherapy different? What did it do for you that was different from what you've experienced?
So, like a lot of people, I've worked with other coaches. I've done a lot of self-development work over, especially the last year. But the hypnotherapy really, as I was listening to you talk about how your creativity opens up when your stress level decreases, I think it just really like super opened those channels through that whole process and enabled me to just really be not necessarily looking for those serendipitous opportunities, but to be more aware and recognize them as they were happening. And so, yeah, I went into this thinking that I had a very specific desired outcome. And because I was open to those, recognizing those moments, I realized that that really it was something very different that I should be doing and focusing my time on. And where I have in the past struggled with, kind of the who do you think you are to be trying something like that, which is that poverty mindset. You're not smart enough, you're not good enough, even though I think that I have a pretty good self-confidence level. You still have those voices that say, you're not wealthy, you're not, you don't have that,
how can I make that big idea happen?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had these, because the truth is you have these incredible ideas that come from all of your wisdom that about how you can do this great work in the world. True. Yep. Right. Yep. So you had all this knowledge and understanding about, and even these ideas, and that idea would come to you. And then there'd be a part of you go, yeah, they don't have the money. I have no idea. Right. That was the old thinking. Yep. But, and so I love what you said though, because this is so important, because I said this in Unlocking the Money in Your Mind, is that don't try to come up with your how now, or even the what. Yep. You don't know what the heck it is. Okay. I don't know what your what is. And I can't tell you. This is not the magical in one time. We're going to figure out your soul's purpose today. I'm sorry, that's not the way it works. But through removing some of that self-worth junk from your body and your mind, right? You were able to see things, and you could see that not only were you resourceful, but then you were like, oh, wait. There's billions around me to make this thing happen.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. And how incredible is that? Just so much fun. Much fun.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah. So you've moved house.
Yep, we moved.
Yeah. You've had a lot of wonderful things.
Yes.
And you've moved. And when you did those things, you did them with a different consciousness than you might have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even this is not something I've even shared with you. It hasn't become public knowledge yet.
Fun.
My husband actually lost his job yesterday.
Oh.
And where, honestly, 6 months, 2 months ago, I would have gone, well, crisis mode. I was like, all right, so, that's fine. We're just
good thing, bad thing.
Yep,
who knows?
exactly.
We'll figure this out. I'm resourceful. We're resourceful people.
Yes. And
the world is unlimited. I'm unlimited.
Yeah. He was like, did you hear what I said? I don't have a job anymore.
Love that.
And I was like, yeah.
I love it.
So what? We're good. We just start
because from that place,
manifesting the next.
and from that, because from that place, you can have solution oriented thinking.
Yes.
You're not contracting in fear. Instead,
Absolutely.
you're going, oh, well, I wonder what that means. I'm curious. What could the world bring me then? Oh, interesting. Maybe this could be something even better.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
I'm excited. My husband lost his job. Yay.
Yay.
I love you, Kelly. You're amazing. You're so amazing. All right. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And I'm sure everybody looks forward to meeting you.
Yes, I cannot wait for the program to start because I loved our sessions and I loved our conversations. But I will admit that I've had a little bit of procrastination, blaming it on, moving and settling in and getting all that stuff going. But I'm excited. I'm really excited to start the workshop and have the other people to bounce ideas off of. And
exactly, the mastermind, being surrounded with other people who believe in growth and believe in you.
Yeah.
It's not just you working alone, which is
exactly.
That's why that's the propellant right there. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Thanks. Let's bring on somebody you're going to meet very shortly.
Yay.
Thank you, Kelly.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Adios, amiga. Miss Donna, I don't want to take words out of your mouth, but hey, I heard an echo of something that you shared with me last time we met, which was, you had to have some money go out. And in the past, it might've made you be like, ah! And you were just like, oh, it's just money. So that's a big shift. So
I can definitely, I can definitely relate to Kelly, where before money issues would freak me out. Like, oh my gosh, where is the money going to come from? So yes, definitely can relate to a lot of what Kelly is saying, a lot of mind shift. I know when you reached out to me, you asked me to talk about our sessions and joining the mastermind and how excited I am to be in the mastermind. So absolutely, I'm excited to be in the mastermind. I like having Melanie as my coach because whenever I deviate off the path, I can always go back and listen to one of the recordings. My favorite one is I'm Enough. I almost listen to that every morning. I can't get enough of knowing that I'm enough. It helps me get through my day. I do struggle with a full-time job that I'm trying to replace the income, which we do, that I'm going to be replacing my income, or that I am. So that's pretty exciting. I know with the mastermind, I'm looking for like-minded people. Like you said yesterday, we need to surround ourselves around or with like-minded people and people who are solution-oriented. And that's who I am. And I've had a hard time finding girlfriends who are like me. And I'm hoping to find some friends that are just like me.
Awesome. I love that. Yes. Beautiful. I'm so excited. And you've come through so much. I just want to, give you that acknowledgement that you have been just the changes and the shifts and the way that you are coming up with your incredible creative ideas that just flow now. I just want to give you that, the beauty that it is when you see how hypnotherapy can take those blinders off and out of you so that who you are comes out, because you're not learning new stuff. You're just allowing you to be you. So I want to honor you, give you that honor you for showing up as you and for doing the work, to be committed to you.
I really appreciate that. And my husband would love me to lose my job. He would be ecstatic if I lost my job.
Well, you say that stuff out loud, Donna, and stuff happens. So don't.
I'm just thinking of Kelly. I mean, how much I can relate to her situation there. And I don't know how much we've talked about not having enough to invest. Like when you have that program in your mind of, well, I can't do this right now because I don't have the money, or I don't know how I'm going to get the money. And I will tell you that when we first started our commitment to each other, I was like, well, I'm going to have to get my new contract first before I can make a commitment. And that was a little bit of a struggle with the employer I have right now, trying to get that contract under contract. And then we started, and the money I figured out the money thing. It was just like, we just figured it out.
That's right.
And now I've actually invested another time because my husband has seen the shift in me, and I'm sure others around me have seen it as well. And I've felt it. So one of the things that we had talked about was the migraine headaches that I was having in the morning and waking up with the migraine headache. And it dawned on me one night when I was going into relaxation that I was clenching my jaw, and it was causing me to have a migraine headache in the morning. And I actually had a knot on the back of my neck, and that is completely gone. I actually sleep with my jaw relaxed now. And so there's other benefits of having the coaching as well. And de-stressing is definitely one of those.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Donna. I look forward to
Absolutely.
working with you, and I can't wait to see you. But let's all the new friends we get to make. It's not the fact.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. With that, I say, I'll see you soon, dear.